Royal salute! Reset! Out!
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Fitzroy. You are?
I'm Shane Edwards.
Where are you originally from, sir?
I'm from Jamaica. I'm from the parish of St. Thomas.
All right. Is it possible to give us a synopsis about yourself, sir?
Like I said, I'm from Jamaica. I joined the British Army in 2003. I've been in the Army for just over 20 years. Whilst in Jamaica, I studied at Mount Bay High School in St. Thomas, the best high school in St. Thomas. Before that, I went to Yallis Primary School. I was a part of the Scout troop. In high school, I was part of the cadets briefly. That didn't last very long. I enjoy football. I've got a family. I've got a beautiful wife and 3 children. My wife, Novia. That's it, really.
How did you know about the army?
So I learned about the British Army because a number of my colleagues or friends joined the army before me. So I visited the UK once and went back to Jamaica, and I was told there's an opportunity to join the army. There wasn't any massive requirements as a part of you being a part of the British Commonwealth. So I returned to the UK, studied for a year, and then joined the British Army.
Can you recall what careers office you went to then?
Yes, I went to the Strand Careers Office in central London.
I'm going to drag your memory a bit. Week 1, day 1 basic training.
So introduction to the British Army, I'll go back even further. Week 1. So my first experience was meeting the instructors at the train station in Winchester. So this was the first I've ever met a Scottish person.
Okay.
And the first thing he uttered is, he asked me my name and my friend's name, because I met one guy who was doing training as well.
Yeah.
And he said, "He's one of mine." And I was like, what am I signed up to? So that was like the first day. This guy was in uniform and it was quite scary.
Okay.
So week 1, day 1, we're literally picking up leaves in the middle of the winter on our knees. They were just trying to break us from day 1, and somehow, I don't know how, but I enjoyed it and managed it, and here I am today. So week 1 was pretty rough.
So basic training, is it anything you had in mind as to what it would be like?
I think I was somewhat prepared for basic training. I was super fit. I expected the physical aspect of it to be much harder. The part I found difficult was the technical skills, like the which was a shock to the system, I would say.
How did you felt on your passing out parade?
Very proud, because a couple of family members were there. My dad and my cousin were there to represent me and to support me. It was a massive achievement because the journey through 3 months of basic training was difficult. Week 1, I was exhausted from doing all the ironing and PT, and all the learning was just overwhelming. But in the end, it was a massive achievement for me.
Of course. Can you recall your first unit you got posted to after basic training?
How could I forget? My first unit was 2 engineers in Perham Down, Tidworth. Okay. Somebody actually said to me, they said, what did you do? Who did you annoy to get assigned to that location? Because back then there was nothing there. It was literally in the middle of nowhere, as people would say. But a very good unit, and I promoted twice from being there.
Okay. Have you been on any tours?
Yes, so I've done a number of tours. I've done tours of Iraq. I've been to Eastern Europe. I've been across the world, even in the Falkland Islands and other places like Canada. But yeah, mainly Iraq and Eastern Europe, and the Falkland Islands.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Are you a God-fearing person?
Yes, 100%. Even when I'm doing my my physical tests and I'm on operations, I just said to God, you know, I can do nothing without you. So he's the one who brought me through this far. So I'm thankful for that.
The reason I ask is because you're a God-fearing person joining the army, firing the rifle. What came to mind at the time?
Well, obviously, as a Christian person, I have my reservations, but David was a man of God's own heart, and he was a warrior, and he was a fighter for God, and he defended God's people. So everyone has a role in this world, and some of us have to be the sacrifice, some of us have to defend the nation. So as you can see in Israel now, a lot of people volunteer to defend their country based on what happens. So, you know, that's a requirement for every nation to have somebody who defend them.
Well said, well said. You're gonna resign after 22 or you're gonna go on then?
Yes, my plan is to resign in the next couple of years. I believe I've done my time. I've served this country well.
Okay.
It's now time for a new opportunity and a new career. So yeah.
All right, thanks.
That concludes our interview, sir.
I would just like to thank you for the service that you have offered, not only to this country, but to everywhere you have gone and served. Also, I want to thank you very much for giving me the chance to have a chat with you, as in giving this interview. So thank you so very much for your time, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.